Hey, if y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Can y'all hear me? Oh, shit, let me do my own self check. Hold on. All right, thank you. Hey, what's good with it, y'all? Hold on for a minute. I'm on a break. Stuff in my damn face. Listen, and this goes for whom it may concern. I don't know, and you know what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to. Well, no, I'm not, because it's a lot of these bloggers and all this stuff always calling y'all stupid and crazy and all that type of shit. I'm not gonna call you those names. I'm just gonna ask you if you just don't get it. The only thing I do, the only thing I do is read the paperwork verbatim. I try to break it down and analyze it. The paperwork that I'm trying to analyze and break down and read comes from the defense, the prosecution, and the goddamn judge. Okay? Anything that comes in pacer. And this is just a part of what we do. A large part of what we do, but this is a part of what we do. I don't remix it or anything like that. I give a comprehensive analysis and breakdown of what's on the paper. I don't inject my personal feelings. I inject my legal motherfucking perspective. That's what I do. And it doesn't mean, I don't care if the paperwork I'm reading is from a friend or what have you, right? If I know something to be true, I will assert it as I'm reading. If I know something to be false, I will assert it as I'm reading it, if I want to. So I don't understand why nobody don't understand that. When I was reading that paperwork that had something to do with Larry, I read it as it was written. I broke it down and analyzed it as if I was reading anything else, like Deboski's, like whomever. That's what I did. Y'all up here harassing me about him snitching or being a rat or whatever you want to call it. That verbiage wasn't in the paperwork. She's saying I read exactly what she asserted. And let me get this clear. Paperwork, whatever filing it is, a pleading is something you want the other party to do. A motion is something you want the judge to do. All of it's alleged, although it may be some facts in there, but it's alleged until it has been litigated or determined by whomever, the other party, the judge or the jury, to be factual. Okay? So I'm not understanding, everybody can talk, but he tampered with a witness, he tampered with a witness. Okay, did she put in there he tampered with a witness? If she would have put in there he tampered with a witness, I would have read that. I don't know. I don't know if y'all want me to call Larry some names, or I don't know what the fuck y'all want me to do. But that's not my motherfucking job. That's not what I come here to do. If I feel like calling somebody a name, I will. But I told you I'm reading, I'm trying to tell you what she's trying to do. She's not trying to come and say, oh, Larry's a wet rat and whatever. She may she may come with he tampered with a witness, but that's not what that paperwork is for. That would be a whole nother different paperwork, a whole nother different entry on the paperwork. If she felt like he tampered with a witness, I mean, I don't forget what it said. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit clears my head. You understand what I'm saying? That clears. I mean, I don't keep that shit stored in my head. I don't know what the fuck she said. I can't remember now. But if she was alleging that he tampered with a witness, then she would. I mean, that's a different protocol. That's a whole nother legal. That would be something totally separate. Another filing with charges, if that's the situation. So I don't know why I keep getting all these messages. Larry got a whole channel, 4 or 5 of them. Leave it on his. He got a whole bunch of other attack dogs out here. Go find theirs. I just do the same thing all the time with every piece of paperwork. And really, I don't give a fuck how y'all feel. But I'm just taking a moment out of my motherfucking day to address this because I don't understand what nobody gets. I don't understand what nobody. I don't know what y'all confusing my role is. My role is no greater than no one else's. I don't know if you want me to call them a bunch of names or whatever. I'm reading what she said. Did she say he tampered with a witness? Did she say he's a rat? Did she say he snitched or whatever? In a way, she said it, and I read it in the way that she wrote it. But that ain't got shit to do with me. I'm telling you what she's trying to do when it's all said and done. She's trying to get her client off. I said she's doing her job. And it really don't have anything to do with him, but the whole situation that happened with the BOP, once she gets the results of the investigation, that's what she was compelled. That's what she's compelling the judge to order. Then you'll get the results of the investigation. It'll show who did what or whatever. And it's not going to be a knock on Larry as far as what she needs to do to help R. Kelly. If they go after Larry, then that's a whole different type of paperwork. And again, that's up to the goddamn prosecution or whatever to decide that if he tampered with a witness. Know the process before you come fucking with me. I'm giving it to you right now. Angrily. Like, what the fuck y'all don't under motherfucking stand? What the fuck you want me to do? I ain't do not like what nobody else did with read it, but you had a lot of other people putting shit in it. Some motherfuckers couldn't even read it. Didn't even understand it. Reading every third word. If anybody that say they deal with legal paperwork should know how to pronounce the word affidavit. And the initials, and anytime you see initials AUSA, it's AUSA, not ASA. So what the fuck is going on? I mean, and then his sending information to the people, that's not even new. That's not shocking. Everybody know that he told you he was going to do it. But I don't understand why y'all fucking with me. When I seriously be trying to read y'all comments. I'm extra busy now. And when I look at your comments, I don't want to keep reading nothing back. But Larry's a rat, and you trying to do. I ain't trying to do shit. But read the motherfucker. Like I ain't got nothing to me doing with cool with. I don't give a fuck about none of that. He got a whole bunch of motherfuckers that cuss y'all out about him. Go leave the shit on their page. I don't want to read all that motherfucking shit. Now I know what y'all be talking about the motherfucking paragraphs. But at least my paragraphs have some motherfucking substance to it. Let me tell you, I don't do no one-sided ass shit. It ain't no one-sided ass shit. I read it as they motherfucking wrote it. I try to decipher. I'm trying to tell you what she's trying to do. And I told you, if I can remember, it's either prosecution, prosecutorial misconduct. His rights was violated, either civil or constitutional. See what else I had under there. A Brady material violation, because she said that the results of what happened with the BOP investigation is discoverable. So, and if they didn't turn that over, that would constitute a Brady violation. And what else? Oh, and also I said that maybe she's trying to use what happened with this whole thing with the BOP or whatever to cast a doubt on somebody that may be testifying in Illinois. That's what I said. What she's doing, it does not have anything to do with somebody. And I know y'all, this is probably confusion. Her end result, let me put it like that. Her end game has nothing really to do with what happened, how it happened. It's just the fact that she can use it to try to get her client off. That's it. This ain't got nothing to do with, I mean, me trying to protect Larry and all that. How the fuck I'm gonna try to, what? He said himself what he was gonna do, what he was doing. We knew he got a 5K letter in his case for his cooperation. We already know that. What you want me to do? I'm telling you what she's trying to do to get the person that y'all either love or hate off. That's it. You know, and she did, you know, call him a I don't know what word she used. I think she used cooperator. I don't know, because I know one time she used informant. You know, and I told you how I feel about that word, whether somebody's an informant or not, because we lost two in the time I was there. We lost two people, you know, that were informants. But anyway, but don't think that I'm trying to you know, sugarfoot or sugarcoat some shit for anybody. I don't do that. I look for the pros and the cons for hey, whatever I read. Two sides, four positions. Two sides, four positions. I keep telling y'all that. I do both sides, defense and prosecution. And I do the pros and the cons for the defense, the pros and cons for the prosecution, and the damn judge. But don't leave me all them goddamn messages and all of this, because it's hard for me to explain to you, because what you're typing me is coming out of feelings and things of that nature. If you feel like he's a snitch or whatever, it doesn't have to be approved by me. I don't give a shit. Take that up with them people that have Oak Hope all on their name. Take that up with them. I'm just reading the paperwork. God damn.
How you doing, Miss? Don't let these people run your pressure up, Ms. Walker.
God damn.
Oh my God, bro! Like, listen, I'm listening. You know, I've been listening to different, you know, commentary as it pertains to Larry being named in the indictment. And what I want you to understand, Ms. Walker, is that you're dealing with individuals who are operating under a gang mentality, right? So when you're dealing with those types of individuals, the only way they're going to accept you is that you subscribe to groupthink. You have to subscribe to group think.
Right.
You understand? In other words, we the Bloods, they the Crips, we the this, they the that, we the, and then and that's it. But what I need for you to know is that maybe 10%, from what I observed, of the individuals on YouTube in this whole R. Kelly sector, 10% are, why does it, only 10% are legally savvy. Um,
Right.
even I respect those who are just laypersons and they don't understand. You're just a layperson, but then you have these individuals pretending, sitting up reading indictments and reading paperwork that they've never read motions or paperwork in their lives, and that's when you just talked about it. When you talked about how they can't even pronounce the legal words uh, in the paperwork, so it tells you that they are basically just a lot of them got relatives, brothers, sisters, cousins, mothers, fathers locked up. They ain't wrote now letter for their own relative. They have not. They have not read
Right.
their own damn kids' paperwork. But of course, this is the R. Kelly thing, so they come on here now. Let me ask you a question because I
Mhm.
heard the gentleman, and I'm not naming no names because I'm not using Levi for Kelly to build no channels. I have a new rule. I have a new rule. I'm not naming any names. I put it on my community chat. If you ain't touched over $250,000 in your life, you feel me? Then you're you're beneath me. Okay, I gotta get I gotta get arrogant with them now. If you ain't touched over 250,000 in your life,
Right. God damn.
then you're beneath me. Okay, if you can't pronounce regular words, I'm not
Regular
gonna say
Webster dictionary words. You know,
yes.
regular Webster dictionary words. I mean, fucking O's up. Like what? What kind of breakdown you trying to do? What is you reading? You better fuck
Thank you,
everybody up. Just stick to trying to read.
thank
Fuck
you.
it.
And people don't understand this. I always tell people that the Wall Street Journal, USA Today, all of these publishings are written for sixth graders to understand. There's a sixth grade reading level in order to New York Times, Wall Street Journal. So these people, it's obvious, dropped out of damn elementary school. They dropped out of elementary school, some of them. Or
Yeah.
they were so busy cutting up in class and clowning and shit that they just didn't learn shit. Do you understand?
Right.
However, I heard the documentarian. I'm not naming no names because that's my new rule. I heard the documentarian refer to Larry as a rat and me a rat lover, I think he said. Let's check this out. And I'm not, like I said, lending no time to this dude because I'm not building any channels. Ms. Walker, you see, you've observed my page, my channel for over 3 years. When you got something going on, when you got things going on, you ain't got time to sit on YouTube all damn day. I got
Right.
two babies. I got, you feel me, a condo note, two new one brand new vehicle, the other one's damn near. I got things to do. I got stuff going on now. But you
Hmm.
have people pretending that they got stuff going on, but they're attaching themselves to this R. Kelly stuff and trying to get views and coming at Levi and this, that, and the third. Listen, bro, I got stuff going on in the real world. You follow me? However, I have a question for you
Hmm.
as it pertains to the documentarian. Let's just say you and I, Miss Walker, were having a conversation, and I said to you, man, I said, Miss Walker, I messed up. You say, what'd you do, Levi? I said, I slept with my assistant's sister.
Oh
Hypothetically, I'm just
no.
giving an example. I said, I got drunk and I slept with my woman's sister. And you say, wow. All right. A month or two later, we're at odds. You mad at Levi. If you go to YouTube or go tell anyone what I told you in confidence, wouldn't that make you a snitch and a rat?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That means you're a snitch and a rat because now you're mad at me. You're going to turn over the information. Now, let me say this to the documentarian because one thing about Levi, I don't speak it unless I have the document. That documentarian who sits and calls Larry a rat and he's, I don't deal with rats, rats, rats. Listen, see, I had better sense. He knew better to come. I'm going to say this on your show, and I've never said it before. He knew better to even come my way because my cousin warned me about him over a year and a half ago. He told me how they fell out, how greasy and slick he is and the shit he did. If he keep talking, I'll come back on my channel and tell exactly what took place. Because what he has to understand is that when I say my cousin, I'm talking about my cousin, nigga. You feel me? This is not YouTube for me. This is not blogging and sitting up here capping and trying to be seen. Everything that I speak to him and have spoken with him about was from his mouth to my ears and my mouth to his ears, nigga. Excuse me for saying that, but don't play games now. Because I know the whole history is just that I'm a respectful person. I try to keep stuff down. I could have been exposed that, but I'm just the kind of dude where it's like, how's that gonna help Rob? Me saying that, but when he starts talking about I got stuff on you, bro, you got people out here, Ms. Walker, who literally paying people to come and say they know my real name, they know who I am. And I sit and laugh at it because the people that's talking can't produce one goddamn. Listen, Ms. Walker, no cap. I'm a nice looking dude. And everybody, let me tell you something. No cap. Hey, I'm a modest guy, but I gotta keep it 1,000. I'm a nice looking nigga. I ain't never been around anyone, women especially, that don't have pictures of Levi. I'm out. I'm always doing stuff. I've always been outside in my early years. You ain't got a picture of Levi? You ain't, wait, hold on. I could call 50 women, at least 20 women right now that got pictures of me. So when it gets that bad where people want to pay people to say they know you, that's fine. Keep doing what you're doing. Then you have people who claim to work for the government saying they know my whole information since I was a child. They have my elementary school records, all that carrying on. And I'm going to tell you how stupid they are. When I've gone on record, the same way you just said, Larry said he was reporting to those people. It ain't nothing new. Right. I said I was reporting to those people as it relates to the alleged R. Kelly terrorist network. It is nothing new. You understand? But when I myself as a reporter, and I'm gonna get back to the documentarian, but when I, so-called documentarian, but when I myself come on and say, listen here, the federal authorities, law enforcement asked me as my right hand to the Most High God, Almighty God, my right hand to God. By the way, we understand that your reportings is you put it in an anonymous format. Can we have your name? I was sitting on the edge of my bed early in the morning. I started laughing. And they said, why are you laughing? I said, because listen, I said, you all don't ask questions that you don't have answers to. I said, you know my name. I said, you know probably more about me than I know about myself. And they started laughing. I said, no problem. Yes. I don't have any problem giving y'all my full name, address, all of that. In addition to that, I asked them, and my right hand to God, I can't sit up here and say some stuff that's not true as it pertains to my contact with them. I asked them to tap my 2 cell phones. They said, what? I said, yes, I'm giving you permission. Please tap my phones because these terrorists are going crazy. They're launching death threats, this, that, and the third. Now, getting back to the documentary. Well, I'll say this. When someone tells you that federal law enforcement are the only people that know my true identity, and then you sit on your channel talking about you work for the government and you got my whole file, you have to be crazy. Listen, Ms. Walker, death threats have been levied against me. That's a fact. They have them. So now you have these people, what's his name, and this, that, and third. Y'all got, listen, man, Ms. Walker, I'm telling you, as sure as I'm on this phone talking to you, a lot of people are going to federal prison because they're damn fools. They don't understand. Like you just talked about, it's a difference between being named in emotion or being referenced in emotion. The baby killer was referenced in emotion 2.5 years ago.
Right.
And being indicted.
That's a whole different thing.
It's 2 totally different things.
Yeah.
It's 2 totally, oh my God, I got to grab this call, Ms. Walker. I'll call you back.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Oh.
I got you. So, I'm sorry, I'm smacking. Hold on for a minute. And yeah, and just because somebody is named in a motion, it doesn't mean that legal proceedings is going to go forth and what have you, whatever. It doesn't mean that. But my whole thing is, I'm just trying to tell y'all, I'm not covering for no goddamn body or none of that. I try to do what's right most of the time, majority of the time, right? And when I say that, I mean it was a time where, if I knew somebody was lying on my enemy, I would come out and say, that's not the truth, even though that person's my enemy. Now I took that off the table. Now I don't do that no more. That's between whomever, like a long time ago when they was trying to say that it was DJ's phone number that they said in court and it was DJ or whatever. And I, did the look up what I said that phone number has never been associated with no DJ Tyson. That was somebody else. And we were at odds then. I still don't like his ass now, but I'm just saying. Now, because of how some of you motherfuckers act towards me, I'm not coming out and straightening shit. Let somebody else do it. But that's not what I'm here for, to straighten out shit. These people got their own mouth and they got mouthpieces. Let them do it. Only thing I can control what goes on over here. I am solo dolo. I have my own back, front, and sides. From the top to the bottom. I don't trust nobody. Okay? I don't deal with nobody. So don't, I'm just reading the motherfucking paperwork as she stated. Whatever it is she state, that's what I'm gonna read. Whoever state, when the government responds, that's what I'm going to read. I can give less than a damn about the title. Y'all, the extra y'all want me to say. I'm not doing no extras. I don't do no extras. Extras that without, merit or without, warrant, that's just not me. A lot of y'all can flip this shit up, this paperwork up, and as y'all want to. But I'm telling you what it means, what she's trying to do. That's it. That's what I do with all of it. What the outcome is going to be. And all of that. Make sure y'all hit that motherfucking like button. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, I don't have to. I don't do the other. I'm not in no motherfucking group. Or none of that shit. I don't get it. Let me holler at some more people that done came through here. Queen! Ain't nobody's fool. Lil Red. Mac Dime. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, Lady G. Hey, Dolores. Mo, what's good with it? Hey, Nikki, right? I think it's your first time over here. Welcome or welcome back. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hey, Jana. Who else? Who else I didn't get earlier? Claudine, the Puerto Rican queen. Wait a minute, the Puerto Rican Indian queen. Don't play. I gotta give her all her titles. Dynamite. Karen J. Stealing gas at the gas pump. Let me see who else up in here that come up in here. The ladies done come out tonight. Let me see. Did I get anybody? Yeah, so, I don't know exactly. Hey, Shouty. Sonya Davis. I think I got you. Hey, Miss Sheena, too. I didn't get y'all earlier. My bad if I didn't get y'all. And Sonya Davis was first. Woo! And Levi's for Kelly was on the panel. So, but yeah. Hey, Shay Dalton. And unfortunately, because I am cool with several of these people that's arguing, as as some people are, I stay out of it. I don't be like, oh, somebody said this, oh, I try to have a neutral place and take a neutral stand and have a neutral ground. Cause see, let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with picking sides. That's not what I'm not gonna say that, right? But a lot of times, what happens is you fall into groupthink, right? You fall into, well, my group did it, I got to do it too, whether it's right or wrong. That's not me. I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. A lot of people are in need of friends. That's not my position. A lot of people are in need of motherfucking people. They want a whole bunch of people in the chat or on the channel watching, whatever. That's not my thing. I'm not trying to be no YouTuber. I can pretty much guarantee you that if nothing don't come out, I won't come on. Unless I may do some I may, try to add some other stuff. Because I said this is a variety channel. We do a lot of different things, right? Unless I fill those spots with other things, other variety of things that I think people like to hear or whatever. I may solicit y'all for what y'all want to hear, see, or whatever. Yeah, I have a lot of shit to do. One thing I'll never be without: hair, pocketbooks, family, friends, men, and a couple dollars. I would never be without of that. Never. I'm gonna upload a whole bunch of shit to show you. That would not ever be the case. I would never ever be a needy person. I got two sides of family do pretty well, and a whole bunch of friends that is performing outstanding, outstanding, baby, ever. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. This group shit and whatever. That's not how I roll. Just because I'm cool with somebody, whatever, we just cool. I'm not gonna take up for them if they're wrong. I'm not gonna go overboard, congratulating them if they're right. If they're in a situation or whatever, that they are the lead of their own situation, not me. It's not for me to do that. If it's not on the paper about being him, if she said, okay, well, Larry is a rat. If it was on the paper said Larry is a rat, that's what I would have read. So I don't understand what I came out to do. Oh, I thought I pinned it. Hold on. I don't know what I came out to do. I went and do as I always do with everybody's paperwork. And somehow I'm getting all these crazy messages. Like what? I didn't defend him, Larry, in that paper or nothing. None of that. Y'all didn't hear none of that. Listen, a lot of this shit go. The reason why y'all think, okay, well, if you somebody friend, you supposed to take up for them even when they wrong or right or whatever, because that's what y'all do. That's not what I do. My friends will tell you shit. They be scared to tell me some shit. They be crying and shit. They be telling me, don't tell Andrew, don't tell Andrew. And they be older than me. Don't tell her I did this. What's up? What's up, Levi? You back?
Yeah, I had to grab that call. Do I have an echo? Let me see here. One second.
I can hear you.
All right, cool. Yeah, some of these calls I got to get. You heard me?
Got to get them.
But what I was saying is that listen. So I asked you a question. Yes, if I told you that I cheated on my girls with her sister, and then you get mad at me and you go and you tell people about it.
Mm-hmm.
From a street perspective, that constitutes what a rat is. That's a snitch. That's a rat. Now you mad all of a sudden, you running telling people. Well,
right.
The documentarian, as I said, he can talk cap, you can talk and say whatever you want to say. But the reality is, people saw it with their own eyes and heard it with their own ears. Everyone that he interviewed for that documentary, he sat there with them and befriended them or pretended to be acting in a professional capacity, and he interviewed them and he had private conversations with them. And as soon as he fell out with them, he went on YouTube and talked their business, told people what they said to him in private conversations. Let me tell y'all what y'all don't know. Angelo this, Azriel that. He talked about everybody that he came in contact with, but he could not come in contact with me because my cousin had already pulled my coattail, and that's a fact. So when you hear these people call people rats, you have the baby killer literally calling people rats, and everybody on YouTube saw the nigga go into the Houston Police Department to try to file a false police report against me. But he's so ignorant, the police officer asked him, what is your name? What is his name? His name is Levi for Kelly. The nigga thought my name was Levi for Kelly. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? So everyone has seen these individuals, including you, Ms. Walker. You've seen them. Y'all call this number and tell on $1 for the king. Write this place. Call this place and tell on Larry. Call Larry's prison. Tell him he got a cell phone. Everybody turn Larry in. Call Angelo, the Better Business Bureau. Call this one. Call on Dana. See the difference between me and the rest of these people on YouTube? I am not affiliated with no gang. I am not with a group of people, okay? I'm an individual and I'm a fair person. And all I wanted from day one was that for my cousin to receive a fair trial. Now, to all of the people, they pile in your chat, Levi this and Levi that. You guys are gonna have to start putting points on the board, okay? Put some points on the board. I'm Levi, but Levi came and told y'all that niggas was going to jail, and niggas is. You're seeing Levi's words come to fruition. So y'all gotta, y'all was talking about $1 for the king for 3 years. Levi and Bozo stole money from $1 for the king. Y'all been saying that for 3 years. Listen, man, but other people are being locked up in real time right before your eyes. So if Levi is a liar, how can you say that when Levi is telling you what it is and showing you what it is? But I don't want to digress. The bottom line is this. I am not someone who subscribes to groupthink. I'm not a part of a gang. Mm-hmm. They want me to attack Larry. For what? Mm-hmm. They wanted me to attack the female victims in my cousin's case. For what? How would I look as a grown-ass man sitting there talking up under them young ladies' clothes, calling them B's and H's?
Crazy.
There you go. And it tells you the same so-called men who have attacked those female victims. All you got to do is ask yourself a question. Where are their kids at? When have you seen their children on their channels, or them the baby killers kids wrote rap songs about us? Say he was a low down son of a bitch. I'm telling you what it is. They write rap songs about these niggas, these so-called fathers, and talk about how they beat the mama and how they were no good, had them starving and hungry and couldn't eat. I'm telling you what it is. Right. So you take an individual like me, I could not love my babies and then attack other young ladies. I have challenged I'm going to show you some about Levi Walker. And tell me if you got to go, because I don't want to hold you up.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Let me tell y'all something about Levi. I have challenged 90% of the female accusers against my cousin, but I've challenged them legally, and I've challenged them in the most respectful manner. I'm a man. I don't have to talk up under your clothes and call you B's and dog head H's and all of that to get my point across. I can be respectful to you, but at the same time, challenge you legally, just as in the court, you don't see the prosecutors or the defense attorneys calling names and calling people B's. They sit there in an analytical form, very well poised, very well civilized, and they present their cases. This is what I've done from day one. But let me show you all something to all of the people that despise Levi about Levi. I challenged Miss Cunningham, Javante Cunningham, and I put a question on the table that no one put on the table. And a lot of people got upset when I put that question on the table. I said, well, can you please show me prior to Lifetime where you made those accusations about Aaliyah and my cousin? Miss Cunningham, from my vantage point and observation, didn't even get upset with me. I spoke to Miss Cunningham in Larry's chat about 5 or 6 days ago. And I said to Miss Javante Cunningham, I said, sweetheart, you know that everything that I've challenged you on and the things that I've said about you is all legal. It's never personal with me. I love my cousin, and I'm going to challenge every step, every rock, I'm going to turn over every rock when it comes to the legal aspect of his cases. But just know, I wish you the best, young lady. I wish you the best, dear. But don't ever take it personal when I'm speaking, because I've never disrespected you, and I never will. And she responded in Larry's chat and put up a heart, I think, and said, Levi, I know. It's not personal. But
Right.
Ms. Walker, when we as a people, when we learn to approach things in a more civilized way. See, I don't give a, listen, I'm going to say this. I don't give a damn about the terrorists or their followers. You know why? Because I ain't got to come to their apartments and to their projects and to their homes and see how they live. And I already know how they live. When you sit and berate young ladies and sit there and like this dude talking about he's a rat, but we got 50 damn videos of you ratting on people, telling people what took place in private conversations.
Mm-hmm.
We have several videos of you admitting to taking money from the attorneys to go in and, I say, witness tamper and obstruct justice. That's a fact, because you went in, this is my opinion, allegedly, the documentarian went in under the guise of I'm a documentarian, but you were being paid by attorneys to try to access information. So there is, theoretically speaking, there is a possibility that he could be charged with witness tampering and intimidation. However, once again, when the attorneys were paying him to do what he did, it was all good just a week ago. But once that relationship fell apart, I'm talking about the documentarian, what did he do? I'm going to tell y'all who was paying me. I'm going to tell y'all, and he ratted on the damn attorneys after he fell out with them. That's a fact. So all these people, it's funny to me. I find it interesting. A person shoots at you and misses. You shoots at them and hit them. Now it's a shame how you so wrong.
Right. Oh, it's a shame. Now, now here's the thing. Now, if you come out here lying on me and coming at my shit or whatever, if I got something on your ass, I'll use that. But just like if I get mad, I'm not just gonna go and spill the beans on your motherfucking ass. But you come at me with some lies and you didn't do this or whatever. Oh yeah, now if I got proof that you did do it, that's what I'm gonna show. But other than that, I don't be having time but all this.
That's right.
These people and they emotional, some of them unstable. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But don't leave me all the messages. There's a whole bunch of old cold motherfucking channels around here. Y'all leave them the messages. I'm not covering for nobody. There's nothing to cover. When it was already said and done a long time ago. What you want me to say? I ain't sit up here and say, oh, she shouldn't have said that. You didn't hear me say that not one time. Exactly what you saw me put on my title. This lady's doing her job.
That's
She's
right.
doing her job.
That's right.
And Mary just the pawn. She's trying to get to what she's trying to get the man out. Larry's just the pawn that's gonna be in it. Him, I go him, Tasha K, and the goddamn officers that did the shit. I go even further. And I told you what she's trying to do.
But what
She's
is it
trying to
called, Miss
also,
Walker? Go ahead.
huh?
I'm sorry. I'm listening. I'm listening. I want to hear this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I told you, remember a long time ago, the people that be over here listening, I told you about 22, a motion 2255, habeas corpus. That's another way you can bring up prosecutorial misconduct, and you can also bring up things that wasn't on the record. What she's alleging with this whole BOP scandal or whatever it is was not on the record. So she could be doing several different things with this piece of information. That's all I was trying to illustrate to y'all and tell y'all. My purpose of it wasn't reading it to say, oh, he's a rat, oh, he's the what. That had already came out. And I wasn't going to do that anyway. Sometimes I do act professional. But I mean, I don't get it. I don't know why all the messages are for me. It ain't like I said, oh, they doing Larry wrong. Oh. They got a whole bunch of Oco people that said that. Leave those messages over there. Said none of that.
That's right. And let me say this for the record. What Ms. Bongina is doing is called what? Legally maneuvering, right?
Yeah.
It's a legal maneuver, right? Let me say this also. Any legal maneuver that woman can engage in that would free my cousin, I am 1,000% for it. But it's called is legal, y'all.
Right.
What she's doing
Right.
is it's a legal maneuver. Now here's the deal. I got calls yesterday and the day before. Why ain't you talking about Larry? This, that, and the third. I said, let me explain something to you. I told a couple of people, I said, let me explain something to you. I've gone on record saying that if I myself, you heard me say it on my live to you, Ms. Walker. I said, if Dana or myself or anyone has been involved or complicit in crimes, especially federal crimes, then the chips are going to fall where they may, even myself. You heard me
Yes.
say that.
Yes.
You heard me say it.
Right.
When they talked about the my 50-some page reports, well, you don't mention Dana. I said, let me explain something to you. When it comes to the dollar for the king or any alleged federal crimes, it doesn't take name calling and attacking people. It is what it is. If Levi absconded $1 from a dollar for the king, you ain't got to come and call me names and go crazy. These people going crazy. All you got to do is listen, to all you terrorists and you terrorist followers, do what I did. Give the people the irrefutable or alleged irrefutable evidentiary facts and provide it to them. You provide it to them, and it is incumbent upon them. It is their responsibility. They must protect the public trust. They must prosecute and address crimes when reported to them. That's cut and dry. So do what Levi did. You didn't have them people send 1,000 letters to the people. Listen, I ain't gonna get too deep into this, but I heard one of his attorneys go on a bootleg channel at the request, allegedly, of the terrorist leaders and say people contacted me who sent tens of thousands of dollars to the wrong people. And I sat watching this attorney say that, making reference to me and Dana, allegedly. And I said to myself, hold on. See, what y'all, they don't know Levi, Ms. Walker. They don't know the capacity that I have operated in and by which I operate now. However, this is what I do know. If Ms. Walker, as an attorney, is defending her client and someone set up a fraudulent account, this, that, and the third, and they contact or someone contacts Ms. Walker and said, you know, these people are defrauding money in your client's name. And that person, if someone else contacts you, Ms. Walker is supposed to say, well, have them contact me. Okay. If those people contact you who claim that they were defrauded, as an officer of the court, Ms. Walker, as an attorney, must say to them one or two things. Send me your receipts. Send me where you sent those tens of thousands of dollars. Send it to me, because I have a judicial duty to report this to the proper authorities. That's simple. It's cut and dry. But when you engage in lies, conjecture, rumor, innuendo, when you engage in YouTube entertainment, you can say anything. People can pretend to be anything. People can just sit and blurt out slanderous things. I don't care. I can give less than a damn because you all have not affected Levi's lifestyle one iota. But Levi is affecting niggas' lifestyles. Levi is affecting these terrorists. Trust me. And when Levi sat down for 5.5 months, don't you think for a second that I was mispronouncing words and didn't have my grammar correct and wasn't succinct and very detailed in my writings. I write better than I speak. And no one could deny the fact that I'm a very articulate nigga. You heard? So when you take a person that want to launch accusations as it pertains to grown man Larry, yes, whatever legal maneuver that my cousin's attorney can engage in, fine. But what y'all have to understand is that when y'all put y'all spin on stuff, I'm gonna explain how crazy they are. You can't put your spin on what's written. What's written is what's written. Now, that goes for Larry the grown man, me, you, or anybody else. Anyone, including Tasha K, that has engaged in illegal crimes, hey, you playing with fire when you play with the feds. You understand? You playing with fire, but what most of them are upset with is that as they set launching accusations towards me, all I was doing was picking up the pieces and you accusing me of things, and I'm looking at y'all commit federal crimes, terroristic crimes in real time. So it's only a matter of time. But as far as the grown man and the rat, and I can't take the word of a rat and expect for me to say a person's a rat when a rat is calling a person. A rat is the one calling them a rat. Wait, hold on. The documentary sat there and ratted on everybody he came in contact with, and he cannot deny it. Listen, Miss Walker, let me explain something to you about me. I know a lot of stuff that I've heard in private conversations on YouTube and in private with people. You've never heard me come out and say anything as it pertains to the private conversations I've held with people, unless those people came at me and lied on me.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you want to lie on me, I can speak the truth about you.
Right.
I said it on your show, and the dude in Bolingbrook heard me say it. I said that the snake in DC told me that we can use him. I said that. And I said to him, Levi is a fair man. I said, bro, get all your stuff together, get your devices together, get all your information together, because these people are coming. Listen, it is oh my God. Do y'all understand? All I do is research this stuff. Do you understand in the history of jurisprudence in America when it comes to prosecutorial cases that are being prosecuted federally, there has never been a group of individuals who've come together since the advent of social media and set in meetings and set constructing a plan to hijack and infiltrate a federal defendant's case. It has never happened. So the first 5 pages of my report, I had to break it down to the federal authorities as it pertains to how this is unprecedented. Because social media is without a doubt a new construct, and it is a challenge to the Justice Department because of the First Amendment. And I explained to them, now you have a case where you're going to have to ask yourselves what is legal and what is illegal. It is legal. Freedom of speech is a hell of a, we all have freedom of speech. But we don't have the right to yell fire in a crowded theater. You don't have a right to allow your speech to be incendiary and inflammatory, such to the extent you can cost someone their life. That's the bottom line, or incite other people to do violence towards other individuals. So when you sit and you call Azriel every name in a book, and you sit on your channel 24/7 attacking Azriel, then you show up to court filming in a federal courtroom asking for her, talking about it. Yeah, I heard you did their head down. When you do all of these things, you are accosting a federal witness. And then, lo and behold, I find a video of this same terrorist, the baby killer, saying exactly why he was in the courtroom. Talking about ghettos, boobs, and titties. But I know one thing, she knew better to show up to that court that day.
Oh, wow.
Oh, these are serious federal crimes. And what's going on in Bolingbrook is just the tip of the iceberg. I don't want to speak on him, but I'll say this. That's the tip of the iceberg, y'all. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Nothing yet. So keep talking Levi this, Levi that. Levi is getting niggas locked up, but I'm doing it in the most fair and just way. I'm a fair and just person. No, I'm not going to sit and attack Larry the grown man because of some damn hooligans and some low life don't like him. Now I'm supposed to not like him because you don't like him.
Right, that's crazy. Ain't got nothing to do with us. Like what?
Hell, that got to do with me.
Gosh.
What the heck? Oak Cove ain't perfect. Team Truth wasn't perfect. Larry ain't perfect.
Right.
But I tell you this much: when I extended an olive branch and went over there to debate them, I found more They were called. Listen, some people that call my cousin every name in the book. You know that. They call him every name in the book. But guess what, Miss Walker? When someone lets you know who they are and say, "This is how I feel about your cousin," I ain't got no problem with that. I know people personally in my personal life. Well, he's a this, he's a that. I said, okay, that's fine. That's how you feel. But at the same time, who I was always trained to watch as a child is the person that gets up in your face and pretends to be your friend. You follow me?
Yeah. No, look here. No, that can be another album. Yes. Yes. The person who you ain't sure what the hell is going on. Yes. That's the one you need to look at. Not the ones that state their position and make it plain. Their words match their actions. But the ones that be, over here, over there, with this, with that, nah, hell to the no.
But can't you tell, Miss Walker, just listening to some of these people, not all, but some of them, how they've lived their lives? Can't you tell that? You could just listen to them. You could tell how they've lived their lives. Cutthroat, low down, used to. I could tell, Miss Walker. You said it one day. I said I could tell she was raised like me. When I was a child, we couldn't just go sit on anybody's porch.
Right. 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 That's why I always said a long time ago before I even talked to you, I said, you know what? I bet you I can tell Levi my story and he can understand and wouldn't be looking at me crazy and say, well, damn, okay, well, how she end up being a lawyer and doing all those things? I could tell him about my family. And you would understand that and not look at me and say, okay, well, I think you would be able to understand everything and would be able to get me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's what people have to. That's why I tell everybody, to get to know me, you got to actually get to know me. You have to understand me and how I'm made up, what I'm made up of, and you will get it.
That's right.
You're going to be like, okay.
That's right.
Doing this and yes, yeah.
And someone like yourself, let me say this real quick. Definitely, I would understand, and definitely, I would lend an ear to it. But what you have to understand about me, Ms. Walker, a person has to fit a certain criteria in order for me to even listen to him. When you show me you low life, when you show me you cut from a certain cloth, you ain't even gonna get an audience with me. I ain't gonna sit and talk. What? You feel me? No, right. It ain't gonna happen. Once you show me how you cut, I'm not messing with you. You feel me? I'm the kind of man, Ms. Walker, give me 10 seconds and I'm out. A man could put his wife, his woman in a car with me. We could ride from Detroit to California, rent rooms along the way. She gonna get her room. I'm gonna rent mine. That man ain't got to worry about me trying to hit on that woman. That woman can raise her skirt up in the car. And I'll tell, let me tell you, Ms. Why I tell her to her face, put your skirt down. Yeah. If I wanted some trim, I ain't got to screw his woman. No. You hear me? I ain't got to screw you. I ain't got to screw his woman. Shit. I get trim in
Mhm.
50 states. I ain't trying to do all that.
Oh no.
Hey, Miss Walker, I get some trim when we get to California. I ain't got to stop along the way and violate that
Oh
man.
no. Yeah.
But these are unethical people, Miss Walker. They're unethical. You heard me say 2.5 years ago, no one was willing to say it. I said it, and I love the man. I know the man personally. That's my cousin. I was the only one that said, well, I do not agree with all my cousin's moral decisions. Plain
Mhm.
and simple. You ain't gonna sit up and make me uh, 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 just lie and not be who I am. I am
Mhm.
who I am. And
Right.
whether I win, lose, or draw, is gonna be who I am. So to all the
Right.
terrorists, y'all better put some damn points on the board. Y'all say y'all gonna do this and that to Levi. Put some points on the board, because Levi putting point. Levi scoring left and right on you terrorists now.
You crazy, Levi. You
But
crazy.
I'm gonna let you go and finish listening to your live.
All right, no problem. You good.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Y'all, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out like what is the all these messages and all of this. Like, god damn. All I did was read it. Read it. And I'm trying to tell you what she's trying to do with the information she gathers. And everything she when you write these paper and here's the thing, you ain't gotta take it from my black ass. Even though I've been more right than anybody about this case in a document that came out. I was right about what was going to be the next the follow up. That's something that's hard to do. That's deciphering, right? You got to decipher what Atmos does do a pretty good job with that now. Telling, catching, things that he should hone, um, focus on certain things he should focus on when going through the documents. That's different. That's hard when you get a document, you hit on it, and you breaking it down. I'm not talking about just reading it, breaking it down, telling what's going to happen. And a lot of times y'all see you can tell what's going to happen. I think it gets down to the next paragraph or the next sentence, and it says exactly what I said was going to happen, what have you. So that's hard to do because you don't have the file. I'm only guessing where they're going. I'm only guessing what they're saying, what they're and all of that, right? Three people. You see the judge weigh in, the defense, and the prosecution. Okay. I mean, it ain't hard to tell. There was not a hard prediction to say he would probably be found guilty. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's kind of I'm not saying, but I'm not saying whether he's innocent or guilty. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about with all the information they had, with all the evidence. I know how it plays out in court. He would probably be found guilty, especially when you don't have anything exculpatory. Everything was inculpatory. Well, yeah, you have to be a magician to pull an acquittal out of that, and that's for the next case too. But it's hard when you breaking down legal maneuvering when you getting the paperwork from somebody and you don't have the case in front of you. You don't have the files. Only attorneys of records will have those files. That's not me. I'm just simply telling you what I think she's trying to do. Her end game. Larry has already served his time. R. Kelly has already gotten he's into his 30-year sentence with New York. What that information she's bringing up now, you could say, all right, how would it affect Illinois? How would it? Only thing I could think about is if somebody's coming up that she could say Larry may have had some type of interaction with. She could say that she could use whatever she gets out of this report to cast doubt on that person's testimony. I don't know that. I don't know who is all the people that's coming up, mine or whatever's. I don't know them people. Couldn't tell you. But I think we're just mine or one. I know who that is. So I'm thinking she's using this for her post conviction relief, right? For something on an appeal or something for a 2255, which is a habeas corpus, which goes back to Aaron Donald, which allows you to use things like this that were off the record. Remember, we went through this. I'll go ahead and tell you guys about the hearsay and Crawford rule and you know, and the confrontation clause within the Crawford rule and Bruton and co-conspirators hearsay and all of that, and Bajali and all of that. That's because, and we're talking about Santiago prophets now. We go through all of that for this reason, as we go along to break this paperwork down. Nobody's doing that. Nobody. They read it. Atmos will do it. I'm sorry, Atmos will do it. Let me take that back. Atmos would do it correctly, or close as correct as anybody. Miss Tracy does it pretty good. Unfortunately, that's pretty much who I listen to, you know, majority of the time. But as far as telling where they're going with this and getting that right, we're the only ones that's doing that. And I'm not saying that as popping no collar type of shit, but it's the truth. I have gotten accused of telling each side, and that's crazy. Because I get it right. Oh, you had to tell them to do it. What the fuck? How am I tell them to do it? They ain't listening to me. They already know it. They own the job. They got the case files. What they gonna listen to me for? I'm not in that capacity anymore. I'm on here fucking with y'all. So yeah, it's a bit different. Now I would challenge anybody. We can all get the paper at the same time. Here, we could be on a panel at the same time. I don't give a fuck who it is. If four a friend, I go up against them. I don't give a shit. But I'm just saying. But you know, I don't know why I got off on that tangent. But anyway, I'm not here to do all of that extra that y'all want people to do. That's what y'all do. Call names and do all this, you know, based on your feelings. And that's fine. But don't put it on like I'm supposed to do what y'all do, because that's not how it works. That's why people get mad at me anyway, because they can't control me and nothing I do or say. And that goes online or definitely offline, because offline I like their ass up. Give a fuck. Half of these people too stupid for me to even deal with. And majority of us aren't stupid, but there are some stupid people. Now, where is my goddamn mirror? But yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't know. I just had to take this small break to let y'all know. Like I'm not sure what y'all want me to do and say. Shit. I mean, think about it. You think she trying to what? Why would she try to? Let me ask you this: if anybody can, the people that want me to um call Larry all kinds of names or whatever, what you think she's doing all this for? If anybody, just give me some answers. If anybody, what you think she's doing all this for? Why you tell me to shut up, Mr. Wonderful J? Why you tell me to shut up? What I do? Why you tell me to shut up? I'm waiting for somebody. I would show y'all my gray ass head. All this hair. I might show y'all when I turn it black. Oh, that's fine. You says to bring awareness, reasonable doubt, trying to get okay. All right, all right. Okay, well thank you for the answers. So now I ask y'all that because anytime I read a piece of paperwork, I always say what they're trying to do. I'll never get into okay, well, this person is a rat, this is a groupie asshole, this is whatever. I don't get into all of that. And I'm glad y'all gave some answers because that's what I was trying to do. Give answers as to what she's trying to do. And it could be Larry, it could be anybody. And I mean, Larry, Tasha K, and those officers, whatever, they're just a pawn in the strategy. She's doing her job. She's using whatever. She find a violation about it that. Oh man. If she finds some type of prosecutorial misconduct, do you know upon appeal, depending on what it is, some prosecutorial, and we went over this, right? This is why I go do these lives and give y'all all this information, hoping something is sticking somebody's head, and that you know that when you see it again in life, or when you hear somebody talk about it, you know if they're saying it right or wrong. Because when I say it, it comes through and it gets confirmed by the defense, the prosecution, or the judge, and you know we were right over here. We got it right. We hear it somewhere else and it doesn't come out that way, and you know they remixing it or lying or got it wrong. So, do you know if that lady finds some type of prosecutorial misconduct? Certain prosecutorial misconducts, when it's found upon appeal, or maybe when it's found upon appeal, or I say when it's found in the post conviction relief era, some of those things can't be retried. Depending on what it is. And then also sometimes the the defense waive their double jeopardy, so sometimes it can be retried. So this is extra stuff, and I'm never going into that with y'all. That's not what I'm gonna do. Y'all gonna get that from somebody else because I'm not getting to all of that. But yeah, so I just try to watch the paperwork. Yeah, just another legal maneuver. Thank you. Another legal maneuver. She's gonna get the report. She's trying to compel the judge. A lot of people reading this shit, and don't get me wrong, there are some facts stated in the paperwork, right? But the whole thing, until it is, confirmed, litigated, whatever, some evidence that's produced by the side that's making the final whatever, until that is determined to be the truth, those filings, even the indictment, because the indictment got to go to court, are all alleged, even though it may contain some facts in there. If you don't believe me, Daryl McDavid's attorney called Jabo out for that, not inserting the truth in her filings, right? Now he said that. He said that. And And here's the thing. No, when you file, when they put in a filings, no, they are not supposed to lie. That's why they put it under the disguise of being alleged, or they're seeking information, or this is what they think or believe. You put it like that, you're not lying to the judge. Okay? You're not lying to the judge. You are just saying. You're just stating what you believe or what your client thinks is true, what your client believes, right? So I don't know. I'm so confused. I don't know where to start. I like to go last. I don't know. I need to start back going first because it seems like you have to do rework. This is crazy. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. And upcoming, right? I want to talk about other stuff. Like we were supposed to be talking about fashion and family and um our experiences in life. That would be good. Have people come up here and talk about their experiences, other type of shit. And some kind of way, if you like, if you just know how to do it, we can always tie it to why we here, this R. Kelly shit. How you was raised, whatever. I love for people that haven't experienced me for as like my friends in my life because they know how I was raised, whatever. They know about my family dynamics and all of that. But others, y'all don't know. Um, I can talk, we talk about relationships, all type of shit. We talk about a whole bunch of shit, variety of shit. But Lord, just please, I actually please get it right when it comes to me. It's as good, as close as you can possibly get it. My aim, I don't. My aim is to not to come on here and talk shit and be crazy and all of that, whatever. Because that to me, that's just a waste of time. I like to talk about stuff with substance. I'm not trying to build no channel, none of that shit. I just come on here to try to help navigate through the legal process and in the interim sometimes talk about other things that affect our community. And I'm not talking about just the community of black people, anybody. Because it's not just black people in here. Not just black people that listen. Sometimes a lot of people have shared shit that I didn't know. So we are always in a learning type situation. We're always here to learn about something. But if y'all looking for somebody that's gonna bash somebody because of their actions or whatever, I don't. That's not what I do. I'm not bashing R. Kelly. I'm not bashing the accusers, and I'm not bashing anybody that so happen to get caught up in some bullshit. Okay, unless I really, really don't like them, I ain't gonna bash them, but I'm gonna be like, And there's only two people that let me see. Oh, four. Well, five. There's only five people I strongly dislike. Hey, right, right. That's correct. She's trying to get the results of an investigation or whatever. And you know what I didn't read? I didn't even read all of that extra. Let me just put. I should be doing something. I got something to do. But hold on for a minute. Let me put this up real quick. These people gonna say, "Give me my contract back, lady," because your ass ain't even working it. I'm tired. Shit. Fuck that contract right now. I don't know when I get paid. I don't know nothing. I'm just out here working. Oh, oh, hold on for a minute. Child, peso comes out your account. Child, don't be harassing me about what the hell over here going on. Shit, about what I say. Shit, I have to pay for all this shit. Tell me what I should be talking. What I should be referring. Oh, wait a minute. We got a response. Hold on. God damn, why I clicked on this button. You got to be kidding me. We got a response, y'all. Okay, let me see. Let me see who sent it. Oh, Jabo got a response. Not gonna turn into this. I shouldn't even came on. Hold on. Damn. It came yesterday. Did anybody read it? I don't know. I don't follow them. I don't really pay attention to nobody. Hold on. Got a response. Let's see what happens. Is it up there? And I can't never leave this job. This job right here, this YouTube job. Free ass job. Okay. It says defendant Kelly's response to the government Santiago proffer. Now comes Robert S. Kelly, defendant, by and through his counsel Jennifer Bonjean, respectfully filed this response to the government Santiago proffer. Number one, at the outset, Kelly adopts the arguments advanced in co-defendants Brown response to the government Santiago proffer. Okay, reference. Number two, the government devotes 40 pages to setting forth its theory of the case and showcasing its proposed evidence against the defendants. However, it fails to identify what statements it contends are admissible pursuant to Federal Rules of Evidence 801 D2E. Number three, the government has proffered its theory of the case, but has not proffered the actual statements it contends are co-conspirator statements. There is simply no way to determine whether any of the alleged undisclosed statements the government seeks to offer were made in furtherance of any conspiracy unless the government identifies the statements with some specificity. Number 4, the government bears the burden of establishing the 3 requirements set out in Federal Rules of Evidence 801D2E for the admission of co-conspirator statements. The government here attempts to end run its burden by overwhelming the court with a proffer of its evidence on the charged offenses without actually providing any specifics, about the evidence it seeks to introduce under this exception to the hearsay rule. So remember, I told you there is a such thing called a co-conspirator hearsay, right? It's a exception, okay? And with that exception, along with the statements, they're supposed to have another piece of evidence that proves that a conspiracy existed or attempted or something of that matter, right? Remember, I told you that. Number 5, the government's proffer is inadequate and it fails to provide defendant the opportunity to lodge an appropriate objection to the proposed evidence. Accordingly, this court should deny the government's motion. So let me look at something real quick. Is it still on screen? Okay. What is this? Okay, let me see what he said. The judge said. And when you see this come up like this, these are usually oral entries, right? It says minute entry before the Honorable Harry D. Liam Weber. Video pretrial conference is set for 8/3. Oh Lord, that's tomorrow at 9 a.m. Okay, so they got this. So we got a conference tomorrow. I'll put that on our board and with the calling number. Y'all, please don't trip. Okay. What was this? This is the motion in limine. As an expert, motion to compel is right here. Okay. Now, this is that thing where I think everybody was going crazy. Grumman Show, Andrew Kroll. And you see, remember I told you that Larry, it wasn't referenced in the transcripts, he didn't come up. You see how she hit it in number 10, although the sentencing transcripts do not expressly indicate that defendants' federal cases are and the other federal prosecution in which McGee provided assistance to the government. McGee himself has publicly taken credit for turning various witnesses into government witnesses in the Kelly's prosecution. He even claims that he got witnesses to lie for the government, and that's that link. Because I told you he should have been all up and through there if he played that big a role. Remember I said that his name should have been all up in there. They be listening. I mean, I ain't saying but let me say that she ain't listening. They ain't listening. Trying to see something with this. Okay, this true view system with these actions occur. These logs do not provide specificity, provide further specificity, such as which particular records within the inmate. Because I saw a hard drive. Hold on. I saw a picture of a hard drive. I don't know who hard drive it was. Let me see. Okay, this is that their computer or the hard drive? Wait a minute. It's so little. Wait a minute. Desktop computer bearing the serial number. The subject computer is currently in the possession of the OIG. A photograph of the subject computer is below. Okay, that's the whole goddamn computer. And this is what happens when they come and seize your computer. They keep it, especially if that is where the crime is supposed to be. They keep it. They do all the whatever the forensics on it, and then they return it to you somewhere down the line in your life. Inmate touch. I don't want to touch. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just looking. Addendum to attachment B, pursuant. Okay, so they got a search warrant on that. Description of item to be searched. Um, that's that. MD. Okay, this is Larry shit. I've already read that to you guys. What is this? Against McGee. I guess this is his transcript of what happened in his case. On his case, I wasn't on the call, so I don't know. Lord have mercy. Is the whole goddamn thing redacted? Shit. Oh, okay. Okay. Responsible indeed, so in time it matter. Um, this I guess this is a transcript of his sentencing, I guess. Yeah. And let's see if they get attached to anything other than all of this. Okay. So that was it. That was all attached to that. So let me come back around here with y'all. So now we know tomorrow there is a hearing. Let me go and stick that on the board. But y'all, please note, listen, I'm just trying to tell y'all the procedures and all of that, the legal part of it. The rest of it, that's not what I'm trying to do. And I would never do that. I don't care what nobody says. I wasn't raised to do all kinds of shit to people, right? That's just not me. And I definitely, will I get in your ass? Yeah. But all that extra, that's not me. If that's what you're looking for, that's not me. Unless somebody asks for it. They ask for it, they're going to get it. Other than that, no. Other than that, no, I'm not doing all of that. And then we got to try to track the appeal. Hopefully, she'll tell us when she put the appeal in, so we can go and get it. I posted the number, the case number, and all of that the next day after it came out. So it's been out a while for his appeal, because I want to know, will she use any of this? With the 3 or 4 reasons I've stated? I want to see, would that end up with her along in her appeal, along with some other stuff that she can find with regarding to the facts, the law, and the procedure. Right? That's what you have to. That's the things that you can appeal on. And then I told you after that, I hate to keep repeating myself, but after that, then you still can file a 2255. And you can use stuff that wasn't on the record. And you can do a collateral attack. You know, I'll explain that when we get to it. Okay. We be far ahead. We be far ahead. That's why I can take off a couple of days. We be far ahead. We be already in the books. We already talked about it. But yeah, y'all. So I'm just saying, please, if y'all looking for, I don't know what y'all looking for me to say. You want to talk about witness tampering and whatever. If you want to say he witness tampering, there's a lot of people witness tampering. You want to know what witness tampering means? Let me pull up a good source. And regardless of what you say, whether somebody witness tampered or somebody got somebody to flip or whatever, I understand your point with that, right? You heard me and my daughter talk about my family. I still got to put that pack up to show you those emails and those text messages going back and forth with us explaining our crazy ass dynamic with secrets and shit. So I got two sides of the family. Don't do all that talking, right? So I get you. Don't get me wrong. I get you, but and I have to have a but there. If somebody flips and if somebody snitch, 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 times, if they're snitching, that means there's something to snitch about. And if somebody, you can get anybody to go down there, and anybody can go down there to the goddamn to the authorities and start talking, whether somebody flipped you or not. It's when they take that report and they start investigating it. If they investigate it and find it to be the truth, then you got to assign blame to more than one person. And the person to me with the least blame is the one that came down there and told the story. The one that did it is the person that shares the largest part of the guilt. That's the law. And that's the truth. And that's almost common sense. Don't, hey, I ain't write the motherfucker. I ain't write the rules. I just follow them. I'm just telling you what it is. And I know it's a lot of street shit out here. I know it's a lot of street people out here, saying, well, without his involvement, none of this would have happened. Well, none of this on one person maybe would have happened. Just one. Just say if that's the case. But it's some other people in that one case and more in another case. What's the excuses for that? And I'm not speaking on nobody's innocence or guilt. I'm just speaking on what y'all talking about. The snitching and shit. The people that's going down, the people that were turned. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm telling you, if somebody goes, just say this, if somebody goes down there and lie, they're going to investigate it. And if they're lying on the person, that person won't be charged. Usually. If they are charged, they usually catch it. I'm gonna say I'm speaking in I don't speak in finalities and shit like that. I'm just telling you. They are usually charged. But if they lie and whatever, they usually try to catch it. Okay, they usually catch it. There are a lot of innocent people that have been found guilty now. There are. But I'm just telling you the truth. So at this point, the lawyer knows this. Anybody with common sense knows it, but every lawyer knows this. That's why there are other legal maneuvers that they use, such as certain strategies, such as rights, going after this, going after that, going after, going after the things that could prejudice a jury, right? Because a lot of times, although a person is guilty, they still shouldn't be prejudiced in the process of finding them guilty. Okay? That's why there's a lot of procedures that are in place to prevent that. And the judge is supposed to be the one that, oversees that, you know? So I'm going to tell you what, and this is a good resource because it looks like the Cornell Law School looks like they took it out straight out of the handbook. So let me tell you what tampering means. I'm going to turn this into an entire live. Let me tell you what tampering means. All right. 18 U.S.C. Section 1512, tampering with a witness, victim, or informant. A. Whomever kills or attempt to kill another person with intent to A. Prevent the attendance or testimony of any person in an official proceeding. B. Prevent the production of a record, document, or other object in an official proceeding. Or C. Prevent the communication by any person to a law enforcement officer or a judge of the United States of information relating to the commission of possible commission of a federal offense or a violation of conditions of probation, parole, or release pending judicial proceedings, shall be punished as provided in paragraph 3. Whoever uses physical force or the threat of physical force against any person or attempts to do so with the intent to influence, delay, or prevent the testimony of any person in an official proceeding, B. Cause or induce any person to I'm sorry, withhold testimony or withhold a record, document, or other object from an official proceeding. 2. Alter, destroy, mutilate, or conceal an object with the intent to impair the integrity or availability of the object for use in an official proceeding. 3. Evade legal process, summoning that person to appear as a witness or produce a record, document, or other object in an official proceeding. Or 4. Be absent from an official proceeding to which that person has been summoned by legal process. Or C. Hinder, delay, or prevent the communication to a law enforcement or officer or judge of the United States of information relating to the commission of possible commission of a federal offense or violation of conditions of probation, supervised release, parole, or release pending judicial proceedings shall be punished by in paragraph 3. Okay, so that's all the punishments. And here's B. Whomever knowingly uses intimidations, threaten, or corruptly persuades another person or attempts to do so, or engages in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to, and pretty much complete themselves, right? So you're looking at B, who knowingly uses intimidation, threatens, or corruptly persuades another person or attempts to do so, or engages in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to. And this is all and they're talking about tampering with a witness, a victim, or informant. Okay. So what you do is you take, where was I? You take B right here. This is how it's done. Take B right here. Apply that to this right here. So did anybody do all of this to these people? All right. Did anybody do this to these people? Did anybody do this to these people? And this is how you know if somebody could possibly be in trouble. I'm coming right here where y'all are. That's how you know if somebody could possibly be in trouble. That's how you do that. Now you just had a quick course on how to apply the factors to the law, the actual law. What are the factors? Yeah. Oh, of course, the laws were written by the white man. Of course, 100%. They were written by the white man, and then somewhere down the line, they started to open up for people of color. We started to be included. And of course, yes, it is to me, justice is still off. They try to fix it by saying a judge is supposed to give a sentence that is comparable with someone with the same charges, someone with the same charges, right? So if she didn't, right, and that's when you could probably start seeing a motion to, to vacate or something like that, or resentence or something like that, right? But I don't know if she gave a sentence that is so much different from other people that was sentenced with the same type of charges. It could be that it was a little light, because I think that man, Rainier, man, he got 120 years. Yeah. Oh, you here? Oh, okay. All right. All right, y'all. I got to go. So don't come and be nosy.
Huh?
Don't come be nosy.
I ain't being nosy.
Me got to go. So, thank y'all for coming on out. I got 50 jobs. Got to go do the 49th one. All right, so make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I shall holler at y'all. Deuces. Say bye.
Bye.
I'll see y'all later. Love y'all. Be safe. Peace.